And tonight we're going to be going through a nice little sequence to kind of wake up and rejuvenate our upper bodies. I know I'm probably not alone in the fact that I've been spending a lot of time kind of hunched over, maybe playing on my phone, just neglecting my posture a little bit. And so I'm excited to be able to offer these postures tonight just to kind of help restore our upper body and get some breath and movement flowing here just to make ourselves feel good. So before we get started, if you do have a strap or even a belt or a shoelace or anything like that, that would be helpful just for some of the postures to get the bind in and a few blocks. And also, if you don't have blocks, you can even use like a rolled up towel or a rolled up blanket. That would work really nice. Just we'll be ending in a posture that we can use that for, and it's really good to help open up the chest. So if you want to gather those things, we can go ahead and we'll get started. So just making your way to your mat, just finding a comfortable position, beginning to close the eyes and stack the body here. Maybe swaying on your feet here, beginning to find the balance points. Swaying side to side, back and forth, and then coming to a neutral position here. Evenly distributing the weight through your feet. And then beginning to notice the alignment and stacking of your body up through the shins, the legs, the torso, through the chest, out through the shoulders and the arms, and reaching through the crown of the head. Connecting to your breath here, beginning to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. On your next inhale, reach the shoulders up towards the ears, holding the body. Keep inhaling to the peak, hold, and then exhale, releasing everything, relaxing the shoulders. Again, inhale, lifting the shoulders towards the ears, holding, tightening, squeezing, and then exhale, releasing, dropping the shoulders. One last time, inhale, bring the shoulders up towards the ears, squeezing the whole body here, and then exhale, releasing and melting that tension. Connecting back to your breath. Coming into the space here. And bringing your palms to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Gently tucking the chin towards your fingers and setting an intention. Why are you here? Taking a few deep breaths to seal that intention between your palms. Placing it close to your heart. And exhale, releasing the palms. You can gently open the eyes or keep them closed. We'll begin with a few shoulder circles here. So bringing the shoulders up, rolling them back and down the back. Inhale, shoulders come up. And exhale, letting them melt down the back. Inhale, up and around and back. And just moving with your breath here. Being mindful and just becoming aware of the sensations in your body. What is your body saying to you in this moment? And then changing directions. So inhale, shoulders come up and down the front. Shoulders come up and around and down the front. Staying grounded in your feet. And then exhale just to a neutral position. Taking a second here to notice how your body feels now. And then we'll do some gentle neck rolling here. Slowly and gently circling your neck, leading with the tip of your nose, drawing a big circle. Allowing the rhythm of your breath to help soothe the body into relaxation. And then when you reach the bottom, just changing direction here. Gently circling and listening to what your body has to say. And then coming back to center, neutral position. We'll interlace the fingers, bring the palms up towards the ceiling so the palms are facing up. And then we're just going to ground through our feet here, connecting from our feet all the way through to the palms of our hands, pressing through the heels of the hands here. Beginning to connect the lines from the toes all the way to the fingertips. A few more breaths here, reaching, lengthening. Lifting through the chest. Then exhale, releasing the hands down by the sides. We can take a bit of a wider stance here. With a slight bend in the knees, we're just going to gently tap the sides of the body, moving with the inhale and the exhale. Just gently swinging the body and opening the spine here. Opening up the channels along the sides of the body that flow through our shoulders and our neck. Waking up the channels on the back that hold us upright. And then coming back to neutral, closing the eyes. And again, just noticing how you feel. Connecting back to your breath. And then we can step to the top of the mat. So on an inhale, we'll reach the arms up, palms press, and exhale, hinging at the hips and folding forward. Inhale, lifting the head and chest to a flat back. And exhale, we'll just step back here to a downward facing dog. On your next inhale, you can bring the right foot between the hands, coming into Anjaneyasana. If you want, you can drop that back knee onto the floor here, and we'll bring the foot to the outside of the hands. On the inhale, we're going to lift the left arm up towards the ceiling, And exhale, rotating down and reaching the left arm through that front leg. Inhale, reaching that arm up, opening the chest, and exhale, rotating back, reaching the arm through the leg. Inhale, reaching the arm up, and exhale, coming back down. For a little bit of an added challenge, you can straighten that back leg, and exhale, arm comes through. Inhale, opening up the chest to the side. We'll stay here. Reaching through the fingertips and pressing through the feet. And exhale, bringing the left hand down. And then you can step the right foot back into a downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here, really pressing through the palms. Reaching the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Releasing the shoulders away from the ears. And then inhale, stepping the left foot to the outside of the left wrist here. Dropping down onto that back knee. And inhale, reaching the right arm up, opening the chest up to the side. Exhale, rotating back down, right arm comes through the leg. Inhale, opening up. And exhale, rotating back through. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bringing that hand down. You can always straighten that back knee if the body allows. And exhale, bringing the arm back through. Inhale, coming up, and we'll hold here. Reaching, staying really active through those fingertips. Engaging from palm to palm here. And exhale, releasing the hand back down to the mat. And you can step back into a downward facing dog. Palms about shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart, grounding down through our heels and reaching up towards the ceiling with the sit bones. Lengthening the body. Inhale, we can bring our gaze forward, stepping the feet between the hands, lift the head and chest. Exhale, folding. Inhale, rolling the spine up, palms press. And exhale, Samasthiti. Taking a step to the right now. We will come into a wide-legged stance, so toes are slightly pigeon-toed, toes slightly turned in. We're going to clasp the fingers behind the back, or just grabbing opposite elbows, or if you have a strap, you can hold the strap behind your back. And on an inhale, lifting the chest towards the ceiling, and exhale, folding forward here. If the hands are clasped, we can bring the hands away from the sacrum. And just beginning to become aware of the weight distribution in your feet here. Evening out the pressure. Allowing the head and neck just to relax. And breathe. Inhale, we can lift the head and chest halfway, engaging our glutes here. Exhale here, engaging your glutes, and inhale, coming all the way up. Taking a second just to rest here. And then if you have a strap, you can grab it now. We'll take the left arm up behind our back and grab the strap with the right arm wrapping behind our waist. So it looks like this behind you. And then on an inhale, we're going to lift the chest, and exhale, folding forward. Breathing here. Pressing evenly through your feet. Inhale, lifting the head and chest halfway. Full exhale here. And then inhale, coming all the way up. And then we'll switch the bind. So right arm comes up behind the head. Left hand wraps behind the back. If it's accessible, you can always clasp the fingers behind the back like this. And then on an inhale, we'll lift the chest, and exhale, again, folding forward. Allowing gravity to lengthen out the torso here. Inhale, lifting the head and chest halfway. Full exhale here. And then inhale, coming all the way up. And stepping to the front of the mat. Maybe rolling out your shoulders here. Rolling out the neck. Taking a few breaths to just do what feels good in your body. And then on an inhale, we can reach the arms up, palms press. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, we'll lift the head and chest. And exhale, just stepping back into a downward facing dog, pressing through the hands and the feet here. Inhale, gaze comes towards the fingertips, and then we'll come through onto our sit bones. Legs come out in front. And we'll come into Marichyasana C. So bending right knee, placing it to the outer edge of the left knee. On an inhale, lengthening through the spine, lifting the chest. Exhale, hugging the knee, and we'll twist. Right hand can come to the base of the spine, and gaze comes over the right shoulder. Staying active through that left foot, and grounding down through that right foot. Breathing here. Feeling the expansion with every inhale. And then the space to twist that's left behind with each exhale. Inhale, gaze towards the front of the mat. And exhale, we can release, switching sides. Left foot comes to the outer edge of the right knee. Inhale, grounding through the sit bones, lifting the chest, and twisting to the left. Sitting tall, gazing over the left shoulder. Deep, full breaths, filling the body. Exhale. Inhale, gaze comes towards the front of the mat. And exhale, we can release. So for these next postures, you can come into just a cross-legged position, or we'll be crossing our left leg underneath, right leg over top, stacking the knees on top of each other. If you do have a block and want to sit on top just to prop yourself up and give the body a little more space, that works too. Or just comfortably crossing your legs, whatever works for you. We'll bring the left arm up in front of the face here, right arm underneath. We can wrap the palms around to press, bringing our elbows in line with our shoulders here. Gomukhasana. Finding your sit bones and gently leaning back. You can begin to draw the palms away from the face, just feeling the widening through the upper back. Breathing here. Gently tucking the chin. You can exhale, release the arms. Left elbow comes up towards the ceiling. Gently pressing on that left elbow with the right hand. And again, just leaning slightly back here. Feeling a connection to the ground through both sit bones. And noticing the lines of the body that light up as you move through the practice. Exhale, we can release the arms. And we'll plant the sole of the right foot onto the floor just outside that left knee. Inhale, lifting and lengthening through the spine. And exhale, we'll hug that knee and gently twist to the right. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Reaching from the sit bones through to the crown of the head. Softening into the sensations of the body. Gaze comes back to the front of the mat, and exhale, we can release. Bring the legs out in front, just give them a little shake here, and we'll switch sides. So left leg under, right leg over, or if you had your legs crossed, just simply switch the cross. Finding the sit bones here. Bringing the right arm up in front of the face, left arm wraps underneath, and lifting the elbows in line with the shoulders. And then we can gently draw the palms away from the face. Tucking the chin slightly and reaching through the crown of the head. Tuning into the sounds of your body. Connecting to the wave of breath as it enters and exits the body. And we can release the hands, bringing that right arm up. Palm pats right behind the neck, elbow towards the ceiling, and then gently pressing that elbow with the left hand. Lean back. Think of about how you can soften here, releasing any tension that you're holding. Just beginning to let go. Releasing the arms, planting the left sole of the foot onto the floor. Inhale, hugging that knee, straightening and lengthening through the spine. And twisting here. Reaching from the base of the spine through to the crown of the head. Gaze comes back to center. And we can release here. Shaking of the legs. Now we can just come to a comfortable seated position, crossing the legs here. And then notice how you have your legs crossed, and then just switch it. Just to mix things up. Our bodies get so used to certain positions. It's good just to change things up here. So we'll inhale, reach the arms up, grabbing the left wrist with the right arm and gently leaning to the right. Feel lengthening along both sides of the body here. So we're reaching up and over. And then inhale back to center, changing the clasp of the wrist, and then exhaling over to the left. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Relaxing the jaw. Inhale back to center and exhale, releasing. Awesome, so good. Okay, so now we'll just make our way onto our knees here. Top of the foot can be flat onto the floor. We'll come up to stand over our knees. Legs are about hip distance apart. We're going to come into camel pose. So here we want to be really mindful that we're engaging our glutes and pushing the hips forward. Thinking about bringing our pubic bone forward. We'll place the palms onto the low back here, fingertips pointing down towards the floor. Inhale, reaching the chest up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, gently leaning back as we push the hips forward. Just as far as the body allows, being mindful here. And then inhale, coming up, sitting down onto our heels, holding onto the knees, and then rounding out the spine. And we'll do that 2 more times. So we will come up. If you want to go a little deeper, I like to tuck my toes under. Inhale, lifting my chest. Palms are on the low back. Hips and glutes. Glutes engaged, hips going forward. Leaning back and then placing the fingertips just onto the heels here. Allowing the head to come back and breathing, opening through the chest. hands around the feet, bringing the hands back to the low back, gently coming up. Head comes up last, coming down onto the sit bones, holding onto the knees and rounding through the spine. Being really mindful to move within the means of your body here and listening to what the body is telling you. Last time, so inhale, coming up. Palms come to the low back, engaging the glutes, lifting the chest, then going back as we push the hips forward. Choosing a variation that's best for your body. Allowing this posture to contain the experience. Hands to the low back, gently bringing the body up. Head comes up last. Sitting onto the heels, pulling on the knees and rounding out through the back. And then we'll just make our way into child's pose here. So knees come about mat width, sinking the sit bones back onto the heels, palms are outstretched in front, and lowering the head down onto the floor. Really engaging through the palms here and sinking the heart towards the floor. Allowing the breath to fill the body. And noticing how you feel. Becoming aware of the breath as it enters and travels through the airways. And then notice the breath as it leaves the body. The space that's left behind. And then you can gently bring yourself up. And so here is where, if you have some blocks or a rolled towel, it will be really nice for Shavasana. If you have a rolled towel, you can place the towel between the shoulder blades and gently lie back on that. Or if you have blocks, I like to set my blocks up on the tallest setting at the back and then the mid setting. And then placing this block here between my shoulder blades, letting my head rest onto the taller block. Finding a comfortable position, closing the eyes, and just allowing the body to relax as we gently open our hearts. Inhale, squeezing the body here, holding at the top, and then exhale, releasing everything. Inhale again, squeezing the fists, curling the toes, all the way to the peak, filling the body, holding here, and then exhale, letting everything go. One last time. Inhale, squeezing the body here, really holding, contracting, and then exhale, letting everything soften, letting everything go. Beginning to take some deeper breaths into the body. Wiggling your fingers, your toes, small, gentle movements. Bringing the body back to a space where you can gently release the posture and just come to lie on your right side. Taking a moment to take a few breaths here and challenging yourself to stay in this space. And then when you're ready, coming up to a comfortable seat. Keeping the eyes closed and just becoming aware of the natural rhythms of your breath. We'll take some of Vritti, a few rounds of equal breathing. So let's exhale completely and begin to inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Continuing on your own. Equal breathing, beginning to match each inhale and and each exhale, how can we make them so similar? Allowing the breath to smooth over the experience. Allowing your next exhale to complete the round. Letting the breath return to its natural rhythm. And we'll begin to focus the gaze on a single point right in front of our closed eyes. Placing ourselves at the center of the experience here for the last 60 seconds of the practice. Focusing our gaze. Keeping the eyes closed, softening the gaze, and just noticing the comfort, the stillness and the quiet that's been established within the body. And just know that this is always here. This space is always within you. Bringing your palms to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Connecting back to your intention. And we'll seal the practice with the mantra Om one time. Taking a deep inhale. Om. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste.